Parts of the central and southern plains have been seeing some timely and beneficial rains, but did it come in time to help the winter wheat crop? USDA pegging the nation's crop at 51% good to excellent to start this week. That's up 2% from last week and compares to 50% last year. The largest producer of hard red winter wheat, Kansas, has also seen some recent moisture. While helpful, the jury is still out on whether it will be enough to push production above last year. USDA currently rates winter wheat in Kansas at 47% good to excellent, which is up 6 points in the last 2 weeks and well above the 34% rating in 2024. Conditions could improve more next week with cool temperatures and recent moisture, but while rains were timely, the coverage was spotty.
There are parts of the state that did not get the benefit of the rain. Southwest Kansas is really receiving some good rains, but there are isolated pockets in central Kansas, north central Kansas, especially northwest Kansas, that are still dry.
Harry says those are the larger production areas, and so for some of those fields, the moisture may have come too late.
Because the wheat was so drought stressed and short. So, those are a lot of wheat acres that were under some sort of stress and probably will have below average yields.
How much will that impact the state's overall yield? And with ratings above 2024, will production be higher? Scouts will find out next week on the Kansas Wheat Quality Council's annual crop tour.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the group's prediction is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's very similar to what it was last year. We might be shooting towards an average crop. I certainly think above average crop regarding, the 5-year rolling average is probably a little bit too much to ask for at this point.
He says another unknown yield impact is disease pressure. It's not the typical fungal diseases like rust, instead Tritica mosaic and wheat streak mosaic.
That is a viral disease that is transmitted by an insect called the wheat curl mite. And we're seeing wheat streak mosaic virus pretty widespread in central Kansas, in western Kansas, and the severity in some cases is pretty high.
And the impact that could have on Kansas wheat yields may not be known until the combines roll. Meanwhile, in Oklahoma, scouts on their tour found a smaller crop by over 7 million bushels at 101.2 million, with a yield of 36 bushels per acre, down 1.2 from 2024.